Hey guys, it's Nico and welcome back to the channel. You don't actually need expensive nippers to get a clean build. In fact, sanding tools can do more than you think. Even if you're using high-end nippers, you've probably still dealt with ugly nub marks or stress marks on your gunpla. But what if I told you there's a better way to get flawless parts without spending a fortune? In this video, I'll break down the different types of sanding tools, what they're for, when to use them, and how they can take your builds to the next level. Stick around because by the end, you'll know exactly which sanding tool works best for you. First up, sandpaper. Sandpaper is the most basic and easily accessible sanding tool you can get. You can find it in hardware stores, hobby shops, or even just lying around at home. It's super cheap, comes in a wide range of grits, and can be cut into any shape or size you need. And because of how flexible it is, you can wrap it around a tool, like even just a popsicle stick, use it flat, or even roll it up to get into tight spots. Sandpaper can also handle curved surfaces just fine, but it takes a bit more effort compared to a sanding sponge. You have to manually adjust how you hold and move it to maintain a smooth curve, while a sponge naturally conforms to the shape. That said, if you're on a budget or just starting out, sandpaper is a great option to experiment with before investing in other sanding tools. Second, we have sanding sponge. Sanding sponges are a must-have for curved surfaces because they conform to the shape of the part, making sanding smooth and even. Unlike sandpaper, which is just a thin sheet of paper, sponges have a soft backing that helps distribute pressure evenly. This reduces the risk of flattening curves or creating uneven sanding marks. A lot of brands make these: God Hand, Infini, Display, Madworks, Ray Studio, and many more. But at the end of the day, a sponge is a sponge. One brand isn't necessarily better than another. And also, take this with a grain of salt. But I've noticed that grit ratings across different brands aren't always consistent, so keep that in mind when choosing one. Third up, we have sanding boards or sanding blocks. Sanding boards are the go-to option when you need maximum precision. The flat surface ensures even pressure distribution, preventing uneven sanding and creating a smooth, flat surface. Unlike sanding sponges or sandpaper or sanding sticks, they don't bend at all, which means you get precise, even sanding without accidentally rounding off details. However, they're not ideal for curved surfaces. Usually, sanding boards are just that, thin, flat boards. So lately, I've been preferring sanding blocks instead. The difference is that sanding blocks have a bit more bulk to them, which gives you an actual area to grip. This makes them easier to use, especially if you're sanding for longer periods of time. I find them more ergonomic and they give you better control. And lastly, we have sanding sticks. Sanding sticks are the best of both worlds. They have a bit of flexibility like sanding sponges, but still offer the firmness of sanding boards. This makes them a great all-around tool for both beginners and experienced builders. They have some give, making them useful for curved surfaces, but they're still rigid enough for precise sanding on flat areas. Unlike sandpaper, they don't require wrapping around anything, and unlike sponges, they provide a bit more control. If you're not sure what sanding tool to start with, sanding sticks are a solid choice. So that's it for this video, a super duper quick rundown of the different sanding tools you can use for Gunpla. Hopefully, this helps you figure out which one suits your needs best. Whether you're just starting out or looking to expand your skill set, having the right sanding tool can make a huge difference. If you're interested in picking up any of the tools I mentioned, I'll put all the links down below. They are affiliate links, which means if you use them, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. And of course, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye!